A lot of people expected Andrew Cuomo to be Joe Biden's attorney general, maybe the vice president of the United States. And for good reason. Cuomo played an instrumental role in Biden's campaign for the White House. Cuomo helped the uniparty leverage coronavirus for political ends. He's one of the reasons that a lot of voters in November wound up believing that Donald Trump was personally responsible for COVID. Joe Biden knew that these propaganda points were helping him, and he seemed grateful for Andrew Cuomo's help.
I think he has been the lead horse here. I've talked to him frequently. He's a friend. I think he's doing a great job. I really mean it.
Andrew Cuomo is the lead horse here. He's doing a great job. Once again, we don't fault Joe Biden for saying untrue things. He's just reading a script. But in point of fact, Andrew Cuomo was not doing a, quote, great job as governor of New York. More people were dying in his state than in any other state in the country. But for most of a year, nobody in the media said that out loud. They allowed Cuomo to win an Emmy, in fact, for saying things like this.
My mother is not expendable, and your mother is not expendable, and our brothers and sisters are not expendable, and we're not going to accept a premise that human life is disposable.
Human life is not disposable, says the abortion guy. Well, thanks to the New York Post and a handful of other relentless journalists who pursued this story for more than a year, we now know that, in fact, Andrew Cuomo does believe human life is disposable. Of course, we knew that already. But here are the details. Andrew Cuomo's top aide, a woman called Melissa DeRosa, privately admitted the truth in a call with state lawmakers. It's on tape. According to DeRosa, the Cuomo administration deliberately covered up the true number of coronavirus-related nursing home deaths in the state of New York. They refused to tell lawmakers how many people were really dying. Why did they do this? Why did they lie? Well, DeRosa explained why. The Cuomo administration was worried that telling the truth about how many people were dying in nursing homes would hurt Joe Biden and help Donald Trump. Quote, he, referring to Donald Trump, starts tweeting that we killed everyone in nursing homes. He starts going after New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, starts going after California Governor Gavin Newsom, starts going after Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Then, she worried, Trump directs the Department of Justice to do an investigation into us. And basically, we froze. DeRosa continued, we were in a position where we weren't sure if what we were going to give to the Department of Justice or what we gave to you guys, what we started saying was going to be used against us. Well, we weren't sure if there was going to be an investigation. That played a very large role in this. In other words, we lied because we didn't want to get caught. The most basic explanation of all. We didn't want to help our political enemies. There are now 15,000 confirmed and presumed nursing home deaths in the state of New York. That's up from 12,700 as recently as late January. We don't have those figures because the Cuomo administration gave them to us. We have them because a few reporters like Andrew Kerr at the Daily Caller, noticed that New York's death numbers didn't count nursing home residents who died of the coronavirus at a hospital. We know it because places like the Empire Center, a think tank, obtained a court order forcing Cuomo to release the data to the public, which owns the data. He owns nothing. He's a public servant, but he wouldn't give it up until forced. If we'd listened to the rest of the media, we wouldn't know any of this. We'd only know about his EMMY. We wouldn't know anything about Andrew Cuomo's order that forced nursing homes to admit coronavirus-positive patients. We'd be expected to believe his excuse that all of this was somehow Donald Trump's fault.
Anyone who wants to ask why did the state do that with COVID patients in nursing home, it's because the state followed President Trump's CDC guidance. Who can we prosecute for those deaths? Nobody. Nobody. Mother Nature, God, and you had this political conspiracy theory that the deaths in nursing homes were preventable. I think it is all politically motivated. If anybody looked at the facts, they would know that it was wholly absurd on its face.
It's funny how the least competent, least honest politicians are also the most self-righteous. If anybody looked at the facts, they would know this is wholly absurd on its face. And of course, it is wholly absurd, but not in the way Cuomo meant it. Joe Biden is in the White House in part because journalists and members of both political parties refused to look at the facts. And it's time we assess the facts, honestly.